Welcome back, everybody. This is The Mistakes, and we're back with episode 4 of the podcast. This is
Kacper.
This is
Tom.
And my name is Dennis, and we're back again. Like I said, with episode 4. You guys have been supporting us and not supporting us at the same time. We've actually gotten our first hate comments.
That is support to me.
It is support. It means that we're doing something right. We're doing
Feels
something
me right. Yes.
Tom agreed with one of the haters.
I agree with all of them.
You agreed with all of them? Yeah. One of them made fun of Kacper's intelligence.
That's not a first. Not original.
He said Kacper graduated from McDonald's.
Well, I mean, he's talking about cutting ears off, and that's.
I'm still not wrong about that though.
You are wrong.
I'm not.
You're completely
Stop.
wrong about that.
You cannot tell me if you cut off both of your earlobes.
We already talked about this.
If you can cut both them off, you would just be deaf. That's what you're telling me.
You wouldn't be deaf.
You would still hear.
You
would still hear sound.
It would be hard to be able to track movement.
But you can still hear stuff.
Yeah, but why would you want it? You were saying, oh, in the future we won't need ears because it will be so good. But ears are so much better than not having ears.
I started my point by saying technically you don't need your earlobes on the outside.
To hear, yes.
You technically don't need it. That was my entire point. But that was my entire point from everything we're talking about there.
Yeah, but it's what point are you making?
That you can just technically hear without them.
But if you want good hearing, you need to have them.
No, unless you're, in the future anything is possible. We could be those little green aliens. That's how we eventually look like. And we can have great hearing.
So how are your ears gonna decide where the audio is coming from?
I don't know. That's a future answer.
Okay, well,
future evolutions.
We're not gonna talk about what happened in episode 2, but pretty much people called that was episode 2. Episode 3 was Peter. Oh. Yeah, but pretty much people called Kacper here stupid. Said he graduated from McDonald's. And then another person said that we're just like every podcast, people with microphones and a camera.
Yeah, how are we different?
We're different. We're three white guys with microphones and a camera.
Yeah,
but we're funny. Exactly. Tom disagrees. Hey, listen, we got some good ideas, man. It's better than those two guys on TikTok that talk about movies.
At least they have something going for them. They know what they're doing.
For now.
They sound like they enjoy talking about it.
They do not. They sound so bored when they do that shit. They sound so, like, rehearsed.
You don't understand how many times I've seen so much stuff on TikTok where I thought, hey, what if we just do this, slap our name on it, it goes into like the system, and then we like feed all of the other people who like check out the channel.
That's what we're doing. Everyone starts a podcast.
Yeah,
but it's more than we don't have to be doing just like podcasts.
We can branch out from this.
Yeah,
you could just do like
restating entire movies.
I'm not doing that.
That sounds so.
But you know, so
maybe there's some garbage order you listen to now, or like, oh, you want $10 double or whatever. You just slap your name on it. Hopefully something sticks, and then like
we can always branch out. You know, we go. Our channel name is not The Mistakes Podcast. Mm-hmm. It's The Mistakes. We can always branch out and do it. That's our at. That's our at. Mm-hmm. Because The Mistakes was taken. But what's it called?
How many?
Can I just mention one thing also? If the person, I'm not gonna, I don't want to talk about them too much. But mistake one, if you're watching this. He DM'd me saying, or he commented actually saying it's hard to find us on YouTube. Sucks for you, bro. If you search up The Mistakes now you can find us. We're the top search.
Actually,
it showed up one time and then I searched the next day and they didn't show up again.
Really?
Yeah.
Every time I search now on what's it called?
Maybe that's just for us because we've been clicking on it so much.
No. I went into the
clear browser. Not logged in.
Yeah. I went into that and it pops up on top.
I saw one time I saw the channel and then.
That's like the metal song.
The day after
that pops up on top.
I saw like a short, like the first short was our video.
Yeah.
So.
Damn.
Yeah. You were saying?
Yeah, no, what about the video that we saw beforehand?
What video?
The one above of The Mistakes. Because I saw, like, whenever I searched up The Mistakes on those on my phone.
There's like a metal song.
There was a metal song called The Mistakes. It was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, it's like it's kind of the same thing between like them from 12 years ago and us now. Because them 12 years ago, they got some wacky clothing. They started like a band and everything. And started making music.
Now we have a wacky podcast.
The same thing is just making a podcast in 2023. Yeah. Or it was for like a while now. Still is.
But honestly, we're popping off though. For what we're doing, we're doing pretty good. It hasn't been a month and we've gained 30 subs.
It's the shorts, man.
Yeah, they are. They're really good.
It's the shorts.
And plus, it's a tech, man. Like, dude, doing we're gonna get into it right now, but like the tech, like being able to have AI decide like everything for you, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. But you know how shorts work though, right? The reason shorts are really good for publicizing is the way the YouTube algorithm works, which is if a person sees your video once, YouTube will push it out again.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot.
Yeah, so like if you watch someone once for a decent time and YouTube decides, okay, you like this person, it'll keep pushing that content. So that's why we keep getting consecutive views. Like in the beginning, we got 100 views, 200 views on our shorts. Now we're getting 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So like the same people are seeing it again.
I'm guessing that's the same reason why a lot of YouTubers say, "Oh, this many people are not subscribed to my channel," compared to how many people are subscribed.
Yeah, but now it doesn't even matter. Now you don't even need subscribers to get constant views.
Yeah, but that's probably why they're doing it, because a lot of people are just based off just the first view, they're not subbing it because it's just being recommended.
Like that. Exactly.
Are you gonna put Minecraft parkour at the bottom of our shorts now?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. What the fuck? Why would I do that?
For attention span?
I don't think that would.
I started seeing.
I need to consume media.
I started seeing a new type of way of doing that. It was it's probably not new, but kind of makes sense for you. About like people who fill up pills like in pharmacies.
Oh yeah, people do crazy. There's like some like people who cook. There's people who make things and like.
Yeah, but that's your entire thing.
Yeah.
It's a pill filler.
Yeah. I know. I'm not gonna do that though.
We don't fill the pill. We
eat the pills.
We fill
count
things.
the pills.
Yeah, we count pills. We don't create the pills.
Yeah. No, but honestly, we're doing pretty good. I'll say we're doing pretty good. I went to Social Blade, right? Our statistics are actually pretty good. Even though Social Blade is a little bit stupid, it said that in 4 years we would have only 10,000 subs, which I don't believe.
It's based off like how it's
based off how we're doing right now. We have 10,000, but I don't think so. We're growing really fast, really like high up.
We say some controversial stuff, it will fly faster.
Yeah, exactly. But we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna clickbait this shit.
Yeah, until we do by accident. We
just have good topics. But going into
our funny opinions.
Yeah, but going at that, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You know, you wanna break it down, sir?
I forgot what exactly it's called, but now it's in. Since Microsoft bought it, they made it monetized, and then they're starting to put it in Bing in the developer edge mode.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's called, but there's like a little tool now for Bing if you download the developer mode. If you're not on the wait list, you have to sign up. But if you already got through, it's basically now if you go to a website, you could just have it summarize the website, summarize the video. So now it actually uses outside content in the AI.
Wait, so it watches the video for you, or
Like it probably takes a transcript of it or something like that.
Okay.
Or at least I know it reads pages now.
And it'll just tell you a summary.
It'll like give you like little, like either a whole summary or just like little parts of it, like a paragraph.
So if like say a professor gave you an article to read,
Yeah, you could just
it'll give you a summary of it.
Yeah, pages seem a lot more doable than like actual videos. Because at least like I'm thinking like compared to captions,
And-
that's how we're reading it off.
And they're also incorporated into the Bing search. So now some of the searches might be a little bit better than Google.
More of like an intelligencer.
So is that Microsoft's main AI now?
Well, they bought it. Yeah, they bought it for 10 billion.
But that's their main AI now that they're like pushing. Because like Google has like okay, maybe I don't know. If it's
Google doesn't have an
computer.
AI.
They're making that quantum computer.
They've been a couple.
But they're still
China
making-
has a quantum computer.
But no, I saw like a post about it recently. But they're like they advanced in the next stages of it. They made like a breakthrough with the quantum computer they're making.
I don't know. I haven't heard of that.
I'm gonna look it up then.
But please don't. Please, your phone's gonna turn off.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
No.
Leave it right there. Leave it right there. See,
He's gonna turn it off
Right
again.
there.
I still see the microphone.
No, but yeah, I don't know. ChatGPT, I think we talked about this. I think a little bit in the first episode. But like if we go more into like AI in general, it's like, we mentioned this again in the first episode. Our YouTube channel is run off AI, right? So like our tags get decided by AI. Our description gets decided by AI. Our title, the title is the only thing I actually make. But it's also they're not like because the AI is not that good at making like clickbaity titles. It still doesn't understand that.
How about the thumbnail?
Thumbnail? Well, you could do that. There's programs that like make thumbnails.
Do you make the thumbnail?
I make the thumbnail. Yeah, that's why they look so shit.
He said.
But like, I
Um,
don't know.
But also, I saw a really good. I forgot who said it. It was like in a TikTok that someone, I've like the adults or like professors at least, they're like, oh my god, it's ruining.
It's not
college.
ruining school.
But no, they think it's ruining college because they finally realize that all they put out is busy work, and that just helps us get through.
I think
the
I know
busy
what
work.
TikTok you watched. I think I watched the same.
It was just like, oh, it's getting through busy work, and that just helps us actually have lives as college students.
And it also allows the professor to actually teach and not just give assignments. You know what I mean? Like it's like my favorite class is philosophy of economics because the professor I have just sits down, has no presentation. Does not only thing he draws is like stuff that he's thinking of, and it's conversation. He just has conversation with the students.
Classes, pure discussion classes.
Yeah, it's just literally you sit there and have a discussion and you learn together, right? He gives you his knowledge, and sometimes like last class, a student gave his knowledge to the professor, and they both had a debate about it and a conversation about it.
I find that sticks way more than.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Like I don't know, it's better than all this shit that other professors do.
There's a lot of other countries like in Europe who just don't do any homework, at least for high school.
Yeah, that's a couple European countries, or just limited homework.
Yeah, it's just the professors that have, the cookie cutter class that's like, they have to do these assignments, and then they have to submit them or whatever.
Yeah.
So now those classes, at least if they don't do anything about ChatGPT, those classes are going to be sort of easy now. But before they were harder because half the professors think their class is the most important class in the world.
Yeah.
When it's literally like intro to visual, for me at least, intro to visual arts. She had to do that class had the longest final, hardest homework, most annoying project that I had to do, which was I had to go take selfies. This was also like maybe like second semester into COVID or third or something. So yeah, she made us go take pictures in front of architecture with our face in it, which was like, why was this online art class? Why is this class so important?
Wait, but did you go see it in person, I guess?
Oh yeah, I had to.
Or did you edit your face into the picture?
No, I just did it just to pictures of, just to get it over with. And she gave me like a 70 because I used one of the pictures was Burger King.
Really?
Because I don't know if you've ever seen the Burger King by here that sort of looks like a modern art building.
No, I have not seen it.
Like, the big, I don't want to say what streets, but the big street that goes along this way.
Okay.
Like a little further down.
Close by us?
Close by the CVS and the Rite Aid.
You keep going down?
And then you go that way. And there's a
I know what you're talking about now.
And they updated it probably a decade ago where it's
modernized.
Yeah,
it's like
and I explained it well. That it was like it was the style of a modern building because it has like the big glass and everything. But Jesus Christ! Also, when I was saying I had the longest final with that class, I had Calc 2 with that, which was the final was so much shorter, and the homework I had no homework for that class actually, but still, like how the am I doing more work for visual art, intro to visual arts, when I don't do jack shit for Calc 2.
Yeah. No, it's...
I don't understand the reason why you had such a long final for that class, but like that entire thing of going and seeing the sculptures in person, that I kind of understand, at least from the teacher's perspective.
No, I don't. If
you're just going to see it and like observing it in person. Like,
well, no, it's
observing like
you observe that through a classroom.
I think it's a lot more impactful if you see it in person.
Impactful. What? It's a class that I'm gonna forget about the semester right after it. I just chose it because I needed to get a credit. That's all that class is.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on what class you choose and what you want to do with it.
Yeah, but if it's just a like elective class that like I don't think anyone at my school is gonna be that really into an art major.
Well, your teacher is, so.
Well, yeah, she's obviously someone made her.
She's gonna go
Someone joined the Zoom call one time and made her cry because it was another Zoom bomber, and he joined in and was saying how like, Professor, I have something to say, and she's like, what? And he just goes off on her how she sucks, how this class is so stupid, and she like had to step away and like to go like actually cry, which is like, I feel bad that happened, but I sort of agree with everything he said. So annoying as teacher, yeah, it's just mainly the professors that they need to actually like do work, not just read off of the assignments that they were just given. Like
I could do that shit.
Yeah.
Half the time they're not even the ones explaining it. Their teacher's assistant is the one helping. So they're not doing jack. So I feel like ChatGPT is a good
tool.
for old hag professors.
That's such a funny word.
Old
Zoom
hag?
bomber.
Oh, Zoom bomber.
I don't know what else.
Zoom
I
bomber.
don't know what else to say.
It makes sense. Photo bomber, Zoom bomber.
Yeah, that's because that's what all the news
Bomber.
outlets, like all the news, like Fox and shit, they all use Zoom bomber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Two Med did it. So.
But that's why I dropped one of my classes this semester. I dropped French, because she was expecting us to do 20 assignments a week, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing 20 assignments of French. And then also like she sent extra after she sent an email for us. 2 weeks in, she sent an email saying, "Oh, you guys also have to do like an extra assignment where you read me the ABCs of French, and like you have to record yourself and send it to me." I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I have 5 other classes I have to take. One of them is a minor class that I have to take, and the rest are all major classes. I'm not doing that.
But she's like, you just bullshit that so easily in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that shit. Dude, she's so stingy. Like, I don't want to waste my time with that. Like, doing 20 assignments a week, what's the point?
That 20 cents I understand, but I'm just saying for like the ABCs.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I have 2 economics classes for my major, a minor class, a politics class, and then also the philosophy class for economics as well. So,
Busy boy.
yeah, busy boy.
Busy boy.
I have exams coming up next week, so that's gonna be interesting. But I don't know. Yeah, ChatGPT is it's a good thing for students. It makes professors really change how they teach.
Hopefully it will, because
I think it
professors
will.
need to be checked, bro. That's really it. Someone needs to check their shit.
So you press up these professors,
Yeah, bro.
yo.
No, yeah, but like I don't know. I think the way of teaching is so old. Like I think you learn more from when you have conversations with
Yes,
people.
I agree. I
Instead
so
of
agree.
giving work from school, like textbooks and everything like that, you know.
Or
Well,
at
I think
least
repetition is helpful for some people. I think for me, repetition really helps.
So then just repeat it yourself on home.
yeah, I
can
feel
do it too,
like
yeah.
repetition is good for like the math classes and shit. Not
Yeah, with
for-
like numbers and
yeah,
calculations.
like stuff that like sort of matters.
I think
especially-
memory too. I feel
Yeah,
like
but,
if
like-
take some garbage topic, like your teacher for art was asking you, like, what specific year this thing was made for, like what reason? or
Yeah,
whatever.
like literally, this semester I'm taking like the astronomy class I was talking about earlier. Professor's so. Oh my god!
That's not like him.
Like literally, like so the other like so he's the main professor isn't in the class, but he has a classroom set up so stupid where it's just like he has it. He thinks it's easier to that then. So he wants us to write out the homework, which doesn't. It makes sense for a professor because then it's more chance that they didn't really cheat on it. They did it themselves because they have to handwrite it, and so instead of just handwriting it and then like taking a picture of it, he says it's so much easier for someone to handwrite it, turn on a camera, make sure it's focused, good lighting, show your homework to the camera, make sure, and then upload that to a cloud share service, and then after you upload it to a cloud service, share the link to an email that he has set up, instead of just taking a picture and submitting it to Blackboard.
He's still stuck in the AOL
And
days.
keep in mind, this professor has made a book with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He's stuck in the AOL days.
Like,
I don't know.
how are you this smart and like I get that, okay, it doesn't really translate, but bro, if you're smart enough to figure out how big the universe is, I think you just work a online class. Like, honestly.
Technology scares seniors.
Well, then they should be hired then. If they have to do a Zoom class, they should be learning how to use, or an online class, they should be learning how to do an online class after how many years? 3-4 years? No, it's fine. It's just, yeah, like 3-4 years of that shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's their goddamn right. They fought in World War II in Vietnam to be able to have the right to now understand this technology.
Yeah, and I hope they read my amazing reviews I leave them. That it,
you leave reviews on.
oh yeah, I don't know if your school, not Rate My Professor, through the school. The school has their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
My school has one where towards the end of the semester, you're supposed to leave an evaluation of the professors.
Yeah.
And I don't
One
I
star,
don't know
one
if you
star,
do
one
your
star.
I don't do it now.
Your surveys for your work, like the engagement surveys.
Oh no, we have for school too. I just don't do them.
Oh no, I do them because our professors like annoy us because they get annoyed from the head people. So I'll be honest. To be so honest, like
I pour my heart out on them.
yeah, like fire them. Like it's like, how can you improve this class? Fire them. Like literally, that someone wrote that for, what was it? Intermediate programming.
Wait, how do you know? Like the professor mentioned it?
Oh no, it's a
Someone said
no.
they want to fire
No,
me.
but like literally, like someone took a screenshot of what they wrote for how can we improve this class, and it was like, generally just fire her. She doesn't know what she's doing. She can't work a computer in a computer science class, and was just going off about how horrible you can't understand her. She has this like insanely thick Russian accent, and literally like she doesn't even pay attention to the class that it was during online classes. And she didn't even pay attention to that shit because halfway through the semester, there was this one day that people were playing Hangman on the blackboard, and they were like drawing. It was, and they were like typing in the chat what letters to put, and the message went out to say, this class sucks." So, and she noticed it like right before we finished sucks, I think. So. It took her a while.
Strong Russian accent. Doesn't understand words. Does she have a lisp as well?
Are you like trying to find your dad became a tranny or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to make
I
connections.
don't know. She's like the head of computer science, which is like, I would be surprised if she could connect to the Wi-Fi. So.
Well, you also got to remember, it's a lot of different. Can you stop touching that, please? Can you just leave it over
We're
there?
very fidgety, bro.
Okay,
You know, I try to go to 99 cents to get a fidget spinner a couple days ago.
You should get yourself a fidget spinner. No, but like you also got to think their generation for like
Yeah, they should.
the people hiring them is also old. So for them to think that someone's advanced with computers is very little compared to us. Like if we were hiring someone, we would think that's nothing. Like that's doing this shit is nothing. Yeah, because we've grown up with it. Like we know pretty much everything.
I can't wait for that generation to be done with. Like honestly.
Yeah, but we're gonna be that same generation.
Yeah, but at least we'll be able to use an iPhone.
For now.
Okay, but say in 30 years, this tech they're gonna have, we might not even understand.
I don't think we'll have a phone, physical phone. I don't know.
We'll see,
no,
but
no.
like we might not even understand their technology.
Once I start understanding, that's when I'm becoming a statistic in Alaska. That's really it.
When you stop understanding,
Yeah.
why?
Because what's the point?
But you might.
What's the point right now, Tom? Like, come on.
It's harder to do it here.
No, it's not.
I mean, I gotta wait a couple of years. Once I'm alone, people stop talking to me.
No, it's not.
Oh no, I'm saying that like
Oh,
it's easier to
so
do
you
it.
do have something to lose, at least now.
I don't know. It's just so I don't.
There's a really good bridge next to us.
People jump off and survive that all the time. I feel
Oh,
like.
yeah, you need to be
Yeah.
original. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. Why would I do something that is not 100%?
How would you want to go?
No, once Tom gets
No,
once
it's
Tom gets a job and everything, he'll be fine.
I call it 35. If that's nothing's happening, no one's talking to me.
But 35?
Yeah,
I'm happy with my
No,
life.
I think Tom's gonna get a job. You know,
Tom's gonna get a job, living by himself,
chick.
Yeah.
He's
He's gonna be stuck into a 9 to 5 job. It'll be just like a constant
random-
cycle.
No,
Yeah,
the
random
mistakes is gonna
bar-
take off.
Yeah.
We're gonna be chilling, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in my own apartment.
Mm.
Hopefully, no one talks to me. It's just easy.
It'll be like that one SpongeBob episode where Squidward goes into that community and he's just constantly doing the same thing over and over again. It just becomes sadder and sadder.
Yeah.
No, but okay. Can we talk about though? Okay, so we both work pharmacy jobs,
Yeah.
right? We have pharmacists. They work 13-hour shifts, give or take, right, for 3 days, 4 days, give or take. And I was talking to them with my pharmacists at work, and they're telling me like, "Oh man, my job is so hard. I get no time after work." I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, "What do you mean you get?" Okay, first of all, they get paid good money.
Yeah.
They get paid 100K plus, right, a year. They work 3 days a week. If you do 13-hour shifts, or if you do a night, you could literally do a 24-hour shift if you work at a 24/7 store. 2 of them, and that's pretty much your what's it called? That's your 2 days. You can work 2 days, and they're complaining. Like, why are you complaining? I was talking to them like, so what do you do on your off day? Oh, I have to relax from hard days of work. I'm like, doing what, bro? And like the best thing is like I'm 20, and these people are like 30s, right? 30s, 40s. Our oldest is like hitting almost a bit hitting
Millennials.
40, right? Yeah. Like and like they were talking to me and like, how do you do so much done? You're in school, you work, and I talk about all the other things I do at home, and like, how do you do so much? And they listen to podcasts, some of them. Actually, like someone listen to podcasts. And like they're like, how do you do all this shit? I'm like, well, you grind, right? You grind,
my soul isn't fully crushed yet.
Like no, it's not even that. I don't think. I think people are very easy to give up.
Yeah.
Or no, but like, okay, how in the world do you work a 9 to 5 for 3 days, 4 days at most, have 3 days off, and you're not able to get anything done? Dude, 3 days is a lot.
Yeah.
3 days. So that means I could finish work. Say you work from Monday to Thursday. You finish work Thursday night. You go up to PA or some shit and spend like a whole weekend up there. Go snowboarding in the winter. Go mountain biking in the summer. Go down to like Washington. You could, you know what I mean? Like you could do a lot of things in 3 days. You know what I mean? Like 3 days is a good amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yeah, but
I'm really also older, more responsibilities, you know.
What responsibility? Half of them don't have kids.
Oh, I don't know. I don't live a life.
You know, like.
it's their choice to relax.
Yeah, but
They're
like,
making the money, or
yeah, but isn't that boring? Don't you want more? You know what I mean?
they chose
No, people are
the life of school. They're obviously going to be a little bit boring.
Yeah,
Like-
but
You can also be content with place in your ways. Same with like those teachers in our schools.
Yeah.
The way like you see how many steps he had to do just to submit a picture. He's just stuck in his own ways. Just do that.
But like,
Same thing with these people.
Well, like, listen. We had, we remember the teacher we had in middle school. She was like, "I'm the only reason I'm doing this job is to get benefits from it." Was it middle school or high school?
Which one?
Which teacher?
Oh, no, it was high school. It was high school. She was a substitute. I don't know if you ever guys got her. She has black hair.
Oh yeah, I know that one exactly.
Black hair has.
Black hair.
So I'm glad you guys understand. I'm like, oh yeah, the one with the black hair.
She's a substitute teacher. She had black hair, always wearing like Gucci, like expensive clothing, had like rings and diamonds, right? Whatever. We had her as multiple times, and people started asking her like, "Why are you a substitute teacher? You're young. Why are you not an actual teacher?" She's like, "I do this as a side thing." I'm like, "What do you mean a side thing?" She's like, "I get benefits for this. I get a 401k, and I get can you please stop touching your shit? Stop touching shit, Kacper. Please here."
I was gonna say
have that.
this
Here.
What's this?
Archie's toy.
Yeah. You can squeeze it.
Well,
What's this one? I'm sorry.
No, don't ruin it, man.
I'm not gonna ruin it.
No, I don't want that shit.
I'm just gonna fondle it.
No, leave it. Leave it. No, but no, this professor, we were asking like, why is that sidekick? She's like, I get all these benefits from it. Like, so
Government job.
Like, what do you do? She has a diamond business, a jewelry business. She has jewelry shops. She's like, I don't need this job. She's like, I make millions. She's like, I used to do this for a 401k and the benefits. I'm like, what? She's like, you see this? These are all mine from my jewelry shop. What the f-? Like, so that's what I mean. Like, it's just a side thing that you do. I mean, so like all the, like, you know what I noticed? A lot of like people who have like good paying jobs, they don't do anything. They don't like 100. Once they hit the 100k plus mark, they're like, oh, I'm fine.
Just passively.
That's it. They don't. No, not like they 9 to 5 jobs. They don't like if they hit over 100k, they don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? Like that one of the pharmacists who works with us and the one I was speaking to, majority, her husband is a cop. Hopefully she's not listening to this. I'm not leaking anything, but her husband's a cop, and he makes probably less than her. I'm assuming, because pharmacists make a lot more. Yeah. But he has a side hustle. You know, he owns a business.
He resells the evidence.
No. He owns a business.
You could do that. Now they have those like online locker rooms. From,
I wasn't
like,
talking about that
police
type of
agents.
evidence. I was talking about the evidence that has a lot of money attached to it that is illegal. You know, like drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but he owns a business, and I'm like, is it just because like people who don't make a lot they want to strive for more? Is it right, or is that just like is that a personal thing? Like I don't know.
I don't know where it comes from. I mean, maybe it's from what class you're coming from. Like if you're from like a lower class, and then you go up to like middle or upper, and like 100k is like upper class, right?
Not anymore.
I think it's
A lot.
It's still
which
is
is
upper
stupid.
class.
A lot of people are saying 100k is not upper class.
How is it
anymore.
not?
They're saying they're
upper class?
struggling paycheck to paycheck, which is
That's
cap.
no way.
Which
Yeah.
is cap. There's
So
no
like
shot.
you know, once you go up that level, you're like, oh, I made it. I'm good. I'm happy now. I can. I don't.
Would you be happy
I
with
don't
that?
need to be in the rat race for money. I have enough money
Would
to
you
be happy.
with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You would?
I think I would be happy. I mean, would I want to get more? I'm not sure. Maybe, probably.
You wouldn't grind.
I would
extra
probably want
hours,
to
do
get more.
shit?
But again, there's people who make just enough how much they want. They're like, okay, I'm happy with how much I make. It passed me by through everything. I no longer need to be in a rat race of
Boring life,
money.
though.
I don't know. Some people have like hobbies and they like doing shit instead of like chasing for money.
Okay. You're a 9 to 5, 100K paying job, right? Raises are not that big. Raises are not that much. So say you're working that consistent job, right? Your raise goes up with inflation. Inflation's usually right now inflation is high, but usually it's 2-3%. So your raise is going up 2-3% every year. With inflation, you're making so pretty much you're just still making that constant 100K. Then you get kids, then you get a house, or if you decide to get a house, you get a house, you get car payments. You do that your whole life. What's the point?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm always saying.
Huh?
That's what I'm always saying.
What's the point?
I don't mean to like that. I mean like, dude, don't you gotta like set goals for yourself?
Well, yeah, their goals are met. When you go into those type of schools where it's like...
Well, not even schools. Like
No, I'm talking about the people that like, they go into either like nursing or pharmaceutical schools. That's their goal because that shit is so just hard on you. Like that shit... Their schools...
Okay, that's not true. Because I have a pharmacist intern who just graduated, became a pharmacist, and she does not think like that at all. She's like, I'm gonna live with my parents and make my money until I could buy rental property. I'm like, what? This is the first time I've heard anybody in that job talk about rental properties. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a rental property and just get the job. She's like, I'm gonna work here for 5 years and get out. I'm like, what the
like, sure. Like, I don't know. Every person I know that's in their schools talks about how hard it is, and then they're just like, the only thing they really want to change is like maybe become like a travel nurse, or maybe become this or something.
That's like, you're still working the 9 to 5.
Well, yeah, but that's what was their goal.
Their passion, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not passion, man.
I don't know, dude. If you for like 8 years for like a school,
it's not a passion. No, but like, okay, say not even. Wait, nurse is 3 years for a 3-year program.
okay.
But like, and then you take another year for your bachelor's in nursing. But like, yo, that's 4 years is nothing, man. It really isn't. But like, you're gonna do that for 40 years? Hell no. 40 years of a consistent job? That's so boring. No?
I guess it could be boring, but it's like but I think a lot of people are also like, I think they're stuck like they follow their passion for their job, and they do their passion as their job, but that passion doesn't pay for them.
Okay, even if it doesn't pay, you can make a passion pay if you just have the mindset to like grow, right? If you have goals set for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go into tech, right? Like you're studying for computers, right? Like computer stuff.
I mean, it's more information systems.
Okay, so you're studying for that, right?
Yeah.
Would you have a goal to like produce something of your own?
I don't really set goals for myself.
No, you had to go to lose weight. You were doing that, remember?
No.
You were working out with the little toy thing you got, or
I stopped.
I know, but you were doing it. You had
I
a
was
goal.
doing it, and then I lost my motivation.
Okay, so it's just a motivational issue, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, like say you got that motivation back, you're telling me you would not have a goal to create something of your own?
Oh, I don't think I could get motivation back.
Why?
I don't know. Just lost all of it.
Okay, you lost of it because okay.
I'll translate for Tom. Yes, but it will never come back ever again.
No, maybe you don't have this motivation right now because of some reason, right? Like whatever. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to get deep like that in this podcast. I'm just saying maybe there's a reason you don't want to have that motivation at the moment, right? But I'm just saying like later on, say your motivation comes back, right? You wouldn't want to go and like even if you have your dream job, you wouldn't want to start up your own thing. Maybe start like a company, start like some programming thing. No,
I wouldn't see myself in the head of a company. I wouldn't be able to.
Well, you don't have to be the head of a company. You could just produce something.
You're just so degrading yourself.
No,
I have no goals. I can never see myself.
Wait. There's people who don't want to be CEOs. That's completely understandable. You don't want to be a CEO. There could be someone that can manage it for you, right? Elon Musk is not CEO of Tesla, right?
Yeah, then you step down.
There's someone else that's who does everything to work for him. Or I think he is a CEO, but someone else does.
I thought you stepped down because it was like some people were complaining or some shit.
I don't know. There's a woman that does most of the work, and she's been doing most of the work. Because one person can't do everything, right? But like like say you start something, someone just manages you, but you wouldn't want to do that. Having your idea out there, being multi-millionaire, and just like better than being 100,000 a year. Multi-millionaire is completely different.
I mean,
yeah, but
for
people,
like saving this money wise, once you reach one point, you really don't like. I'm not gonna be. I really like. It'd be cool to have millions of dollars, but I realistically don't think
I'd be spending millions of dollars like that. Like I think, legitimately, like if I had savings $100K, I'd be more than fine.
But you don't have to spend it on yourself. I'm talking about like there's so many other things you could do, right?
Yeah, spend it on investments of stuff for for the future, for the future,
No, I'm talking about like okay, you want to go around the world, right? You want to
No.
go look. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go look at all the other things.
No.
I mean, you go to PAX.
Well, that's mainly because it's for like people are going. It's also my birthday.
Okay, but like, you've been to multiple cities. You went to Chicago.
Well, Chicago was just the start of a road trip.
You went to Canada.
Yeah, that was because it's the drinking age is 19.
But you still went. You still explored it, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, exactly. So you do have some kind of like want to go to places, no?
Well, not right now. I don't know when that'll happen.
Not everyone wants to work for money for the rest of their life.
I'm not saying work for money. That's the whole point. You don't want to work for money.
You
the rest of
wanna-
your life.
Make your
but
money
once you hit the
work for
100K,
you.
you're fine. Then it's
Yeah.
like okay.
Yeah, but you're still working for it. That's working for your money. When you have to work a 9 to 5 to have the 100K. But imagine reaching a point where you don't have to work a 9 to 5 to have that 100K.
Yes, and that requires working more than a 9 to 5, which people are
In the beginning.
In the beginning, it requires a lot of time, a lot of dedication,
Yeah.
devotion.
Isn't
But
that?
some people devote enough time to get to that 9 to 5 job that pays them that 600. That 6-figure salary.
Or here's the simplest way: you work a 100K job for 10 years, and that's enough money to buy a good amount of like 2 properties, 3 properties, and you retire.
Well, with you making that much a year, I'm expecting you're investing in other places, and then you're not just making that 100K from that job. You have other
Well, yeah, you have
revenues coming in.
investments, you have savings accounts, right?
Yeah.
But like the thing is, the issue with people is they make 100K and they're like, oh, I want an expensive house. Oh, I want an expensive car.
They just pay it off.
And then it's like you're
years
stuck
and
in this
years.
continuous cycle of just like, I got a raise. Let me go buy Gucci. Why? Like, well, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's not smart.
you know, like, what's the difference? Like, once again, if the person that I'm talking about is listening to the podcast, there's a pharmacist, makes good money, has a car that costs $1,500 a month, around there, I would say, based on like what I've looked at, $1,500 a month lease for a car.
We're talking about the car that I'm thinking
What?
about?
I don't know what you're thinking about.
The cool car?
Yeah, the green one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, $1,500 a month, a Beamer. It's a Beamer. $1,500 a month. That's just for the lease. I'm assuming he never told me the price, but I'm assuming that's how much he pays. Plus, what's it called for the insurance? Plus gas.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's the point of that shit? Like the car I have is expensive and I hate it, but I use the shit out of
I
it.
hate it.
I hate that I pay so much for my car.
Then why'd you buy it?
I didn't buy it. I leased it.
Okay, then why'd you
But
lease
like,
it?
because I had to, because of my mother. She wanted the car, right? And that's the only way she was willing to go half and half. Either way, even if I got a cheaper car, I still would have had to pay, because then I would have to pay the insurance myself, and I'll still be paying a big amount. Didn't matter. At least get a nice car, and someone gets the insurance, right? But like, I hate it. I hate paying for that car. I absolutely hate it, but I need it. Because I need to go to work with it. The bus takes an hour and 30. And we talked about this with the transportation shit. It takes an hour 30 to get to work. But why do you need a 1.5K a month car?
Materialism makes you happy.
Why? That shit sucks too. I sat in it. For me, myself, he's a small guy. For myself, I can't fit in that. You know how hard it is to get in it? Bucket seats. You know what race bucket seats are? My ass gets caught on it. I can't sit in it. You know what I mean? Like, why?
Makes you
Because he
happy.
wants it.
But would you get it?
No.
No, because
not a car person.
I'm
No,
not
I
a
was
car
saying,
person.
if you made 100K,
No.
would you spend your money on stupid shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would?
I'll probably find some stupid shit. to
Like
spend
what?
on. I don't know.
Stuff that seems like normal to us maybe might seem stupid to other people. Like we spend, like sure, it's not the same price, but like if we were making that point where it's just like whatever, people find it stupid that we repeatedly buy video games.
Yeah.
Like sure, it's not really that comparable.
Okay,
of a
but video
price.
games are $50.
Yeah, but say for instance, we were making 100K, we wouldn't like think. We literally think about, I don't feel like spending $20 on a game.
But you're not gonna buy all the games. Like,
I mean, at that point, if you're making that money, that's just like another expense. That's like basically what for you would be like, say for instance, a cup of coffee would just be like, I just feel like playing a different game. I'm of it. So, but it's just, I feel like
it's not like healthy money wise, but I feel like it's a little bit more healthy in the sense that you're only spending you're spending a huge amount on this one thing instead of repeatedly buying this one small thing a bunch. I don't know. I feel like if they really want that car, hats off to
a
them.
bigger purchase is better than a much of a smaller purchase. Yeah,
Of course. I'm not gonna tell them what to do with their money. Right? I'm not gonna do that. But like, from my perspective, it's come on.
I don't those cars that much, but it's like.
And like, okay, you know what the worst part is? You know what the worst part is? He babies it. He does not park it in the parking lot. He puts a bumper guard on it. He checks on it. Like, come on, man.
Just
At
maybe,
that point,
exactly.
At that point, like, it's like you're giving them 2,000. You're giving them 1.5K, and then you're also stressing about it. Why? I have my car. I don't give a. Of course I care. Like, sure, like it scratches, whatever. I take care of it to the point where I don't park it next to shit where I know we get scratched. I'm not stupid with it. But like, if someone scratches it, it's life, bro. Like, what am I gonna do about it? Cry? Like,
everything comes down to this: is this an asset or a liability to you?
Cars are always liabilities. Always liability. Unless it's a Lamborghini, it's always a liability. Because only cars that are collectibles are only assets. Anything else is a liability. So.
Is it a big liability for him, a small liability?
I would say for anyone, 1.5K is a big liability a month.
Getting a car like that, I don't know, maybe 1. The millionaire wouldn't see much for 1.5K.
Well, yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
he's not a
much,
millionaire.
yeah, but I don't know how much he makes.
I told you, 100K plus.
Oh, okay.
100 to 200K.
Sounds like he afforded then.
I don't know. I'd rather get a rental property.
I would too.
You know,
I'm not a car person.
That's a whole mortgage right there.
I would get something completely different.
That's a mortgage right there. You know,
I would buy a person.
You'll buy a person?
No. Dude, what's your end goal, guys? How do you guys what do you see yourself after everything is said and done?
6 feet under.
Well, we're all gonna be 6 feet under.
Of course, but like, what's your place that you want to stop
Coffin?
things at? Like for me, it's
I don't think I would ever stop.
like I think like I
A
would.
piece of rope.
Wow, I see myself.
That's for now.
See myself going down south, working, making some money there, and then eventually retiring. It's not retiring, but like settling down at like a cold place. Cold, small town, having a nice,
Alaska.
not Alaska. Alaska's like
easy to really end himself with a rope.
Well, no, Alaska wouldn't use a rope.
Yeah.
You use a what? A
None,
gun?
yeah. That's their whole point.
I have a
over there.
fireplace in my house.
Nice
I know all my neighbors. I don't know. That's how I want to end things.
Okay, but what are you gonna have to support you with that?
What do you mean?
What's gonna support you?
That's at the end.
No, okay.
That's step like 3
So
or
when
4.
you're retired at 65.
Not retired at 65. No.
Retarded at 65?
Yeah, retired.
You're retarded now and forever.
Retired at 65. That's what you're gonna do or no?
It still sounds like he said retarded at 65.
Retarded at 65. I don't know. Maybe if I raise kids or whatever, like in that small town.
So
This is end game, bro.
So
This
what's
is end
gonna
game.
fund? What's gonna fund your kids?
I don't know.
and you?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Dog
It's like
business.
ideal if I don't have to worry about money. You know, that
He's
being the
gonna-
rat race of it.
He's going to create a business that he tells the other people to walk dogs for him. And he gets most of the cut, and then they get minimum wage.
Yeah, I already did it with my little brother, so it's like it's
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I'm already one step. Yeah. One step into it.
I don't know. My end goal is like I don't think I'll ever stop chasing something. Maybe it won't be money at a certain point because I would want to achieve.
I guess ideal place of living is the better way of saying it.
Oh, ideal place of living. I don't think I would have one place I would want to live. I would just move around wherever I want to be.
Yeah,
Okay, but how would say if kids are like they're going to like school or whatever?
Well, of course, when they're young, you know.
Yeah, but
let
I'm
them-
saying for those times.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
you wouldn't want to like find like a specific place to call it. Like,
No,
your
they
home?
don't
No.
really need like in-person friends like that, you know?
What?
Yeah, they don't need to like get used to friends.
Yeah, they don't need to
No.
get used
Okay,
to
when they're
it.
young and they're in school, like up, like
Keep jumping. Go from like America to Europe
okay,
to
like
Asia.
elementary school, like
Preschool. That's it.
also you know you could always do like people don't
You
understand.
could leave them.
When you're wealthy, like at a certain point, a lot of wealthy people send their kids off to like
Private schools, homeschools.
like private schools, like in Sweden apparently, like Sweden, Norway, like all those schools up there, and like they enjoy their time, they socialize, and it's also a connection for the parents. The parents connect with other wealthy people, you know, like
You
so.
you seem like a kind of person who would either like raise his kids at homeschool or send them away to military school.
No. I would not do any of those. I'll send them to like a private school. I'll send them to like some private school where they could socialize and they could. Because also you got to think about when you're around people that have the same mentality as you, you also start having that mentality and grow with it, right?
So like a boys only like private school.
No, not like that. I'm talking about like if you send your wealthy family, right? Like when we went to our school, right? There was a couple of wealthy people there. But like if you're a wealthy family and you're sending your kids to a public school, they're not gonna have the same mentality as those kids, right? So they're gonna look at those kids and they're gonna be like, of course I'm not gonna like silver spoon my kids. I'm not doing that shit. But like, I would want my kids to be around other kids that have goals, right? I wouldn't want them to be around someone who
You get influenced by your
who just wants to work a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want my kids to be around that.
If I ever have kids, don't put them around me.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, my kids.
Why?
I'm not gonna give them goals.
Why?
They
No, I'm
gotta
not gonna
figure
give.
that out
I'm
for
not gonna.
themselves. So
No,
what, am
no,
I
I'm
supposed
not
to
gonna
raise
give.
the kid.
No, I'm not gonna give.
I can barely take care of myself.
I'm not gonna give my kids goals. I'll educate them, and then I'll also try and like put them around people that are also like in the same, I guess, social class. You would put it, right? What are you doing?
Opening up.
What is that, Ian?
I saw this like random beer I wanted to try. I was like in the store, and it's like sort of a Belgian beer.
It looks more like a champagne. You don't have to like take all whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't.
I was gonna say I at least now, obviously it can change eventually. I'm not ever seeing myself being a father.
That's you can never see yourself being a father.
No,
Why?
just the person I am.
Just deliver that. I mean, just imagining it's like, do you remember the TV show, like if it says if you are or if you are or you're not the father?
Yeah.
It's just the delivery of the way that Tom went at it. It's like you were not the father.
No, I would never see that. Yeah, I checked the
Both.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's still recording, alright.
See, I take from like Elon Musk, who says like if you have enough money to afford multiple kids, have as many kids as you can. Because our generation
as well.
Our generation is decreasing. Or like our in US, we're not having enough kids.
Okay. Hate kids. They're like,
Yeah, he
worst
hates
thing-
12-year-olds, bro.
I hate basically I hate everyone, but the people I really hate
Oh, my
the
friends.
two different the two sides of the age. You know, the kids and the
People.
old people. Everyone else, I feel like I hate less, but like those two, I kids and I hate old people. Like that's really it.
Kill them all. Jesus Christ. I finally told my little brother I understand why Tom hates you so much.
So
Because he just constantly sings that Ice Spice, her newest thing.
Oh.
Like
Ice Spice is awesome.
that. And it's like he constantly sings that with his friends and he keeps like saying the same shit over and over
because
again.
that's the
It's a
those-
12-year-old. It's a 12-year-old.
Those 5 seconds are. the
It's like
only-
a dog.
Yeah.
5-second memory.
Yeah, it's just TikTok putting those 5-second sound bites and just putting them out. Like literally, like I like that.
Brainwashing.
I like that song, but I can't stand when I see the 26 girl on my For You page just barely lip syncing the song, not doing it, just holding their phone like this. Like, bro,
Or shaking ass.
Yeah, at
No,
that
they're
point,
not
at that
doing
point, you might as
anything.
well turn around and shake your ass. At least you're doing something productive there.
they're not doing anything. They're barely like just. They're not doing anything interesting, and it's just like, I just throw the phone at the wall, like.
Yeah, shaking ass. That's good enough for me. That's something.
I don't know.
It's brainwashing. That's what it is.
It's not brainwashing.
Yes, it is. It's constantly saying the same thing over and over again. Like it's stuck in people's head. Same thing with the Whopper ad. Whopper, Whopper, Whopper. It's just repeating.
Okay. I think Tom's gonna hate this,
What?
but I think it's a way to keep people controlled.
We're suppressing the people.
Tom's gonna be like, "Yo, why are you like making up all this like
What?
Andrew Tate type shit?"
Oh
Like,
no. I
but
mean,
it's a way to control people, no? Like,
What?
I personally have limited myself going on TikTok. Like today, I spent the morning on TikTok, and that was the stupidest decision of my life. I was not productive in the morning, even though I woke up at 8. But like, and I was not productive until like 12, 1, because I was on TikTok. But like, I try and limit myself from Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok, because I feel like it's a way to just keep you in, like, just in this loop.
I think it's infinite scrolling. It's that.
Yeah.
It's the short attention span with like short videos. You know, of course, there's like 2-3 minute videos in there now, but it's that. And you're also a beta cuck, so like, there you go.
A beta cuck.
Yeah.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a beta cuck.
Weak mindset, bro. You gotta be able to put the phone down.
Wait, I can put the phone down.
What did you do?
What did you do today?
Huh?
What did you do today?
This is not about me. We're talking about
No,
yourself.
you're
Okay,
calling me a
this
beta cuck.
is your story. I'm
You're calling me a
not.
beta
I'm not
cuck.
bringing up
What did you do
my
today?
morning ritual of progress.
I'm a beta cuck. What did you
Okay,
do today?
listen. I was getting ready. I was preparing for the weekend. Okay.
What did you do today?
I was doing shopping with my mom, getting good supplies, planning out a route for tomorrow. I'm making some good food for my grandma last night there.
Okay, what did you do today?
I told you that's what I did. That's it.
And you're calling me the beta cuck?
Listen, we're not. I'm the one who's able in the morning to go on my phone, go on TikTok, and able to put it down. You're the one who
I can
lost.
put it down too.
But it took you a while.
Wait, one day I failed to put it down, but other days? Listen, I don't know. I
You're not a beta cuck, by the way.
like look, I even have actually this week I was on the train yesterday. Was I on the train yesterday? I was on the train yesterday. Yeah, no, Wednesday. I was on the train. I was at the station, and there's two chicks, or no, there's a chick on my side and two girls on the other one. I'm like, why are they laughing at each other? I'm like, why are they waving at each other? She's making a TikTok. I don't know if you've seen the Ice Spice TikTok where they're dancing on one side and someone's recording them. Like that's how she promoted her song, and it's in the music video. So she did this. She was doing the same exact thing. So her friends were on one side dancing, and she was recording them. Come on, man. What are you doing with your life?
I mean,
Yeah, what are you doing with your life?
But this is different. Like
I feel like that's a little bit different because it's basically, I don't know if you remember from like probably like when you were younger, you saw something and you wanted to like recreate it. So a lot of people want to recreate that experience of the music video that they saw, that it's sort of cool. Like,
but these are high school girls.
okay, so you did Casey Neistat camera shit for your vlogs.
Oh, that one time, that one.
Yeah,
vlog
bro,
I did?
that's like the same shit.
I
Like,
guess.
because you're copying what they did because you think that it looks cool, which they do that because they think that looks cool or whatever, or it looks artsy, which in theory it could be proven as artsy or whatever, but that's because they want to. That's how they view their artsy.
Whereas they're also young, stupid, short attention span. I hate them. They should die.
No, but I don't know. I agree with that, but like, it's like okay, we're putting out this podcast. We want views and likes, right? But we want it for a different reason. We want to grow.
We want it for money.
Yeah, and you grow, and then you
That
make
too.
money. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that too, but like they're doing it for what? Because of trend. Right? Most of them do it because of trend. They don't really do it. They just wanna get views and I can
They
be
wanna fit
trendy.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't that like, bro? Why do you want to fit in so badly? That's the bad thing about like why does
That's
everybody
what-
want to fit in?
That's every, at least around that age, at least.
I did not want to fit in at that age.
I don't know. Like,
Personally, did you want to fit in at that
I
age,
don't know what the supposed to fit into.
bro?
I don't think we were liked by like
Different-
people who are
I
fitting
think-
in.
Bro, we were the ones that did not fit
The
in.
people who
There
were
were-
fitting in weren't liking us.
I think it's a little bit different because I think we were the sort of like starting generation that social media was being more normalized in our younger age, but it wasn't as normalized because there were
True.
still
I
people
agree.
that like I feel like people are more strict on, okay, you should start at only like 14, 15 or like 13. Nowadays they since they're 12, so they're more open to the idea of someone else's words, like, you know.
Which is a problem.
It's
Well,
someone
no, I
else's
don't-
words.
Well, yeah, because if you're putting it on, like, especially TikTok, because anyone could see it if it's public. I feel like you're getting used to conforming. I'm not conforming, more like trying to at least
Forming
fit in.
opinions.
Forming opinions and trying to fit in with other people. Like, that's the whole. I feel that's the main point of social media, to either be creative or to fit in. I feel like I don't know.
I think the algorithm can force people to fit in.
Yeah.
Because it's whatever the algorithm performs at that time. It's like, oh yeah,
Listen,
I'll fall into it.
we were on Instagram, we were on Snapchat. We never fit in. Dude, we were always like the weird kids. Remember sitting in the back of the class, just being stupid. I don't know, like.
Well, that's because we all watch.
Follower counts.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Tom is pretty good.
What?
Thomas, but he has an open account. You have a public account.
Yeah.
And he posts memes.
Yeah, I've spam my story, so only like 4 people actually view it, and people have to like take breaks and watch my entire story. Like no, like seriously, like Joe.
Breaks?
Yeah, like I would see people like stories I posted
You just
fucking
stop.
2 hours ago, and then they would go, like literally a couple hours later, they would like the story right after that. Like they would have to take breaks in my story. Like I should have like ad breaks or something.
So you post too much.
Yeah.
You should have ad breaks. I think you would be able to put ads on your Instagram.
No.
How many followers do you have?
800.
Oh, never mind. I thought you had more than that.
What you need
You're not a girl with tits.
No, not yet. Not yet.
No, but like, I don't know. I think Tom was more like, you were more like the known in school than me and Kacper were, no?
Who's a pretty boy?
You're a little bit more known in school.
No.
I mean,
It's basketball.
I think
it's,
a lot of people knew you a little bit more, no?
Well,
Let's go see
they
it.
might have like you know, they might have maybe like, you know, dabbed me up before, but like they
Maybe
didn't
that's
really.
being known. Like, people knew who you are and they would follow you
I
on
don't
Instagram.
want to consider that because I did that with everyone. Man.
As followers on Instagram doesn't mean shit. That's like having a Snapchat streak.
I know, but
That
that's people
doesn't-
knowing who you are.
Not really. There wasn't like I wasn't being stopped in the hallway saying, "Yo, what's up, bro?" I just went from point A to point B. No one talked to me.
No, you just had more common interest in with everyone there than we did.
Yeah, but
basketball, style, shoes,
but
and whatnot.
but at the same time, I didn't
Same music
really.
taste.
Even though like I sort of fit in with their things, I didn't really fit in because at least how I felt.
What's your cue right now?
I felt like I was always, if I were to be called for like a basketball or something, I was always the last person. Like, oh, we need an extra person to make this game work. Let's call Tom. Like that's how I legitimately felt. And then literally like when I was playing basketball with like when I was trying to try out for the team again, these kids were like telling me like, why I don't want this kid on my team. Like it's known like yeah, it's like sure people might have knew of me, but it's like they didn't really like it wasn't really like oh I'm gonna see Tom again today. Whoa no don't that
Yeah.
I want looking forward to seeing me that day. It was just literally like, sure, I had common interests, but I wasn't common with them.
Yeah.
Look how humble he is. He's so humble. What a humble guy.
I think I'm just being honest.
Yeah, you should be
No, he's just a humble guy. He's down with all of us.
I don't know. No, but I don't know. I think I don't know, man. Personally, I think I was like that in high school a little bit too. Like in freshman year, like I hated it. In freshman year, I hated school. And then sophomore year, I got brought into like the group that I started hanging out with, and then
The white people.
the white people. Yeah, that's what I call them. The white people, and I got like put into that, and then my ex put me more into like the white people dressing me up and like making me fit in. I never like after that I broke up with that person and like I stopped that shit. I went back to just being normal me. I was like, dude, it's not me.
Yeah, I gained some more weight again.
I didn't gain weight actually.
I thought you were the skinniest. Like what are?
Oh, I was.
Yeah, because I remember seeing pictures of you.
Yeah, I was 170 pounds, man.
Yeah, they were feeding you
Good
some
old days.
keto diets or some shit.
Nah, I just was not
Impossible
eating, man. Depression
burgers.
is a real thing, man.
Depression, dude.
That summer, bro, dude, 3 months, lost 40 pounds. Something, man. Yeah. But I don't know. I just think kids gotta stop trying to fit in.
Stop being a sheep.
I know there's no possible way. Like I feel like I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before that. If there was any possible way of being able to actually like prove that a kid is old enough for social media, like say for instance the age is 13.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If there was some way to actually prove that they were 13, they should be pushing it only at 13. They should not like they should be able to have like maybe a phone early on, just for being able to
Contact your parents and
but like they shouldn't be on social media that young.
yeah.
Like
I agree.
That's what I feel like is ruining everything, because everyone wants to have the same. Like at least if you look at like kids now, they
Same clothes.
they all have the same
Same
clothes.
phone.
same everything. Like
Same
sure, it's not
backpack.
the same exact thing, but yes, everyone wants the playground. Everyone wants.
That's when we were in school.
No,
Now it's
this-
probably different.
No, it's still.
Still
I
the
feel
same?
like it's still spray ground. I feel like I still see kids with those hideous book bags of
Yeah.
gangster SpongeBob holding up the weed
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think people are just the social media is like
Because people think if you look the same, you're accepted more. You know what I mean?
So don't be a conformist.
Yeah, that's I think a lot of parents aren't teaching them that either. I think a lot of parents, especially immigrant parents, because we live in a really immigrant based place, and a lot of immigrant parents push it on their kids, no, to like fit in. You should try and fit in.
No,
You don't think so?
my mom.
My mom never did that too. But I'm saying from what I heard from other people, their parents very like told them to try and fit in, Americanize. You know what I mean? Especially if they weren't born here and they moved here, Americanize yourself.
Not Slavic parents. They're like, what is this South American bullshit that you're talking
Oh
about?
yeah, but like
Depression? Never heard of it.
like a lot of people from my job will eat like a Slavic too in their first generation. They're very different than I am. They're very Americanized and very like, you know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Not traditional, I guess, in a sense, or conservative. Or is that even conservative? Just trying to be different, being different? I don't know. I don't know. What is that? Like, what do you define that as?
But conservative is like the opposite of being different. Conservative is like being like traditional.
Liberal?
What conservative? Yeah, these are politics, bro.
No, conservative and conservative.
I'm trying to
is not-
think of like what word would it be, but I don't think it would be conservative.
Oh, and now can I mention? I feel like the whole LGBTQ thing that's been exploding recently is because of people trying to fit in. No? Am I wrong?
No,
This is
it's-
exactly what we needed to spice up this podcast. Thank God we have something to like put.
No, but
now.
am I
Let's go.
wrong?
No, I
Well,
don't really think so. I think you're mainly thinking about people want. It sounds all like I don't know, but I generally don't like people labeling themselves.
Exactly. Wait, let me explain it. Let me explain my
Like
position.
people should, whatever. People are gay or whatever.
you should have more than that to be your identity.
Like some people, like I don't know if it's actually true or whatever, but like I feel like some people, like I feel like that one kid. I don't know. I don't want to say his name out because of how popular it is. I feel like he wasn't actually. Yeah. I feel like he just acted like that.
He said he wasn't. Someone who was close to me said that he actually was and actually had interest for females.
Like he might just be flamboyant or whatever, but I generally felt like he was just doing that just because of like
benefits.
yeah. Like I knew like actual people who were LGBT and everything.
Yeah, and didn't.
Who the
I say not every.
Donut from high school.
on TV?
Yeah.
Well, he.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Really?
He had like a. Actually, I can't say the company, but
Yeah.
there was like ads with he was the main
Yeah.
person in it. But like
I gotta see it afterwards.
I can't obviously I don't know everything about this person. I can't say for 100%, but I just felt like a lot of people are just trying to label themselves because especially like during our freshman year, I feel like everyone it was so cool to be pressed. That was really it. Like everyone was
But something
like,
fit in.
yeah, cause I guess you could see that, but I feel like everyone was like like especially like with a lot of people they see as like mental illness is so different, but at the same time it's so not different because everyone with it.
Dude, everybody tried labeling them with a mental illness.
Yeah.
Everybody tries labeling themselves. I'm depressed.
I have this condition, bro. This is
like-
what's wrong with me.
Yeah, like I
They watched a TikTok that about the top things that you might have
Like,
ADHD, ADHD, and everybody's like, oh my god, I have ADHD.
Oh
No,
my god,
no.
I knew I had AIDS. Jesus Christ.
But like,
like yeah, like I did some shit like that here, but it was just an exaggeration. That was really it.
yeah.
But it was just mainly like you just want to maybe feel a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't want to make fun of. I remember when I used to say pardon a lot, and everyone made fun of me.
Pardon? Yeah,
Pardon?
yeah.
We fall into the line, all right?
How I see it is like, if you look at it, like LGBTQ clubs were nothing in our freshman year, and then they blew up all of a sudden, and then everybody started labeling themselves.
I mean,
like even
when did gay marriage legalize? Was that
A little bit earlier than that.
Yeah, because I feel like
As
it
soon
was
as, like-
starting to be more normal. Because, especially during going into, like, in middle school and then going into our freshman year, I feel like people still use all, queer, gay as very, what's it called? Like sort of like something to describe something in a bad way.
Yeah.
But now it's more normalized that it's not like some people still use it, but like I feel like it's more normalized that people were more open to actually having those clubs because definitely those old ass like teachers and everything, like before like being like gay was like actually normalized at least somewhat. They definitely did not want to be a part of any gay club or whatever.
Yeah, no,
because they were still their old ways. Now they have to sort of, at least I feel like how some professors and teachers, they have to deal with it because they don't agree with that people should be gay, but they have to, because they're from a different time. But I feel like it's just, the only reason it became popularized because it was normalized. That was really it.
And plus the fact that people started going like, oh my god, you're such a, like, so strong for coming out of the closet. Like that type of shit.
I mean, because it is hard because you feel like when you do like you say something like that, it's hard, especially thinking every old person you. Like, especially like, say for instance, you have two straight parents. They probably came from a time where it was like, you just you make baby. That's it. That's all you do.
Pop it out.
But now it's like, people feel a little bit more comfortable with themselves. They're like, even though I feel like I hate labeling, but I feel like it does have some good because people understand themselves more. They have more understanding of other people. Say for instance, like
But why do you need a label for that?
I mean, if some people, I feel like it could be seen as just being able to describe yourself better. Like, say for instance, like, sure, there's a lot of like sexualities now, but now you could be able to say like more precisely. It's new vocabulary that people are going to use.
No, you have more words.
People care about that too much.
I mean,
Why do you
that's
need a
their
label?
issue. That's their issue if they care about too much. But I feel like the way people label themselves nowadays, I hate it. But I feel like it could be actually something good because
Exactly, they're striving to be different. Because that label makes them different now.
That's not everyone though.
But that label makes them different.
Yeah, but
They're no longer heterosexual. They are now homosexual, or they're now whatever like gender they decide to be. Right? Like.
Well, yeah, that makes them feel comfortable. That makes them feel, like they. I feel like a lot of issues, or at least with mental health, are not being able to understand what is life, and especially just being able to describe yourself at least. That might help them feel comfortable. So like being able
people
to
are just lost.
Yeah, some
Until
people
it's used in a negative way.
I mean, yeah, obviously everything could be seen in a negative way, but also I feel like this, at least in our society, is seen as a negative way. But I feel like once the older generation gets out and all the people that are, I'm sorry to be offensive to you guys, like bigots. Mm-hmm. I feel like
Excuse me, what does this mean?
Why is that offensive?
You call us bigots?
Yeah,
Why?
because you guys say funny words all the time.
Yeah, but like
No.
New Yorker, bro.
Once
He
the-
has these one set of opinions and just forget about it.
No, like once the older generation gets kicked out and people, like I feel like once younger people start to get a little bit more power in the system, then
I don't think it'll change.
I don't think it'll change. But if that
The older people are teaching the younger generation.
yeah,
going
but
into
I feel like more and more younger people are gonna be able to prove their points. I don't know. I feel like
they'll say this thing.
Yeah, the more
It's a cycle.
it's just whoever votes the most. That's all.
Yeah.
We're going through the hippie stage right now. Like
Yeah.
the hippies that were in the 1920s, we're going through the same shit.
20s.
Or whatever. You know?
So you make
Well,
the
yeah,
70s
I
a little
feel
bit
like-
slow.
We're going through the same
Are
shit.
we
Yeah.
really?
I think so.
I mean, you could sort of see like that because
Because they were also doing drugs.
yeah, they were doing
having
drugs.
whatever, they didn't care
Like
who they
they're
had.
experiencing a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there was
people saying how bad these shits are. And, you know, there's a lot of people also saying how bad it is to be a part of these groups or whatever. How bad it is to, you know, identify as these when you should be only doing the thing that's always been done, not the thing that people want to do.
Yeah, no doggy style, only missionary.
Yeah, like it's taboo to them, but it's normal to us. That's really the only issue that we have here, I feel like. And especially if they're not feeling comfortable with the labels, they could be... I feel like the main reason people are wanting to have labels, because they know they can't say that shit at home. At least that's the whole, like, I feel like that's how the struggle at least is with, say for instance, anyone in that, like, the LGBT community. Their struggle is, especially a lot of older generation don't agree with them. They feel like actually being the one place where they could say it, they're gonna be able to say whatever the want, because they won't be able to say that in a different place. So I don't know. That's just, I guess, me being devil advocate. So in conclusion, that's the end of my essay.
Like, okay, yeah.
Yay!
See, I personally disagree with labels because labels lead to many issues, right? Like, you have white and black. Then what happens is people take those two labels and put them against each other, right? The whites are against the blacks are against the white, or whatever. Asian, Mexican, whatever they identify.
Star Wars.
Whatever they make up, right?
Yeah.
And then from that, they start shit with it. You know what I mean? Like, did you hear about how transgender, like, I think it's the old school transgenders are against the new genders? Like, they fight in between each other because some of the LGBT community does not agree with the other things that people are doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They should just settle differences in the ring.
No, but like,
Whoever wins, that's the model that gets passed by.
yeah, it's just labels cause issues.
But say for instance, like with these labels being different, that's our whole thing, being different. That's why you go for one person instead of the other, that they're different.
But you're not yourself anymore. You're in a group now.
Well, yeah, you label yourself in that group, but it's not, you are exactly all those people.
No, but okay.
Say for instance, we are white.
Maybe-
Does that mean we're all
That's how people see us, though.
okay?
If you're in the train or in
okay,
a bus heading to
whatever.
school, someone looks at you and goes, "Look at that white guy."
Okay.
And they don't go like, "Oh, look at that guy." Like, I don't think I've looked at people.
I don't.
Like, as much as people like calling me shit because of the stuff I say, I've never
You say a
looked.
lot.
I've never. I've never looked at someone and went, "Wow, look at that black person. Look at that."
That's so hard to believe.
I've never done that. I've never looked at someone.
you said, that's so hard to believe.
I've never looked at someone and said something based off because of like
Based on
what label they are.
Yeah, never in person.
No, not
I mean,
even at
that's-
home. Like I
That's
don't.
what people should be thinking, but the sad thing is, some people don't think like
A
that.
person's a person.
Yeah.
The labels
But-
don't help it.
I know they don't. I don't.
You create a group to hate against. Even though people in that group might be great, one person might ruin that label, and everybody hates that label
I
now.
think
So what if
you
the
should
label is
take this
positive?
hatred instead of giving it towards people. Take it on yourself like I do, because then it's you see how I see. These people are fine, but this person horrible.
Other people are not like that.
Hmm.
No.
So you're saying every single person has an inner hatred that they need to hate something. So you might as well hate yourself compared to somebody
Yeah,
else.
because then it's not that big of a deal. Who cares?
You just hate yourself.
Like, look, we have a whole-on war going on in Europe because of labels. You know what I mean? And we're about to have another one started because of labels.
What's the other one?
There's two other Slavic countries that are about to start with each other because of labels.
Belarus.
No, not Belarus.
That's not really labels. Like, sure, it is labels, but that's mainly borders.
Yeah, border disputes, but border disputes are because of labels, right? Because people decided to be different. One person decided to be Ukrainian, another person decided to be Russian.
But I'm proud to be Polish.
But
Yeah,
at
you
the
can be
same
proud
time,
of it, but like, you know, that
I'll-
the other people are still people.
I'll label myself as a Polish person.
but I wouldn't blame it on the whole point of labels. I would blame it on Russia being stupid.
No,
That's
okay,
really
but
it.
okay, well, no, okay. Sure, the war is because of Russia being stupid, but once you go down to the level of regular people, right? So Ukrainian people, a lot of Ukrainian people now don't speak Russian, are moving away from Russian, and are hating on Russians, even though there's people in Russia who do not agree with this, and the same thing of Russians who are hating on Ukraine because of their label, right? And like this is what's causing the issues, right? If people just looked at each other like, oh, you person, I person, we people, right? That's it. That's all it is. That's how simple it is. Like, what I don't understand. Like, it's not a language thing. It's not like why do you have to change language? Like, if China invaded us one day, what, people are gonna stop speaking Chinese? Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it's not gonna work, right? Like, say Poland invaded someone one day, right?
What with
No, Poland has a good military now.
We got some things.
Yeah, Poland has a good military.
Powered by
now.
hamsters.
But say Poland wanted to get revenge on Germany, right?
Yeah.
So what? All the Germans who speak Polish are not gonna talk Polish anymore?
Yes.
Why?
It's just what your country is
I feel
standing for
like-
at that moment.
Poland could be justified.
Yeah, give me reparations.
It's not like it's
Where
not
are my
like,
reparations?
You're not Jewish.
I'm Polish.
Okay.
The Polish got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they got they're the ones who
Germans.
got.
They
Let's
got
squeeze in this.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think 6 million Polish people died.
I thought a lot of Polish people died.
Jewish is just a religion.
Yeah.
But a lot of Polish people died.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Jewish people are in Poland.
And a lot of people would have died since there's only one
Yeah, but
pure
like,
race.
Who really cares about Polish people? Like,
That's true, man.
Yeah,
That's
like
a point.
what they done?
Yeah. The fuck have they created? Can you tell me?
The horses?
Horses, bro, like getting invaded, like what like I don't
Like,
understand.
there's no.
Well, you guys are Polish. You guys should be telling me. You know?
Yeah, look at us. We have
Yeah.
no about
Yeah.
them.
What are we? Like, you know?
I don't know. I think.
There's two colors in our flag.
What?
We're so original, bro.
They made cyberpunk. Whoop-de-doo.
What to do, bro? Okay, listen.
I just think labels are not a great thing.
Well, yeah, they could not be a great thing, but they could also be sort of a great thing because then people would. The whole point of labels is for people to understand each other. But the same thing of labels is that you have to have so many labels for people to understand everyone. Like I was talking about this with my professor for like he pointed out what I wrote in the essay for what was it? What's the difference between popular literature versus popular fiction versus literary fiction? And I was like, well, you can't really compare these because sure they're labels, but it's like they're not in the same category. They're like complete like a book could be popular and literary. It's not really like labels could be very useful, but they could also be, if there's not enough labels, it could be harmful.
Of course, yeah. Like you can't.
But there's always gonna be sort of labels because people are gonna always want to describe themselves to other people, no matter what.
But don't use it as like a. I'm this.
Well,
like,
yeah, you have
like,
to. I mean, you have to be like, I'm this because you're this.
But again, it should be more than just that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole.
You should
bunch.
have something to do with your personality that actually like brings something.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't go around saying, "I'm a white heterosexual male." Hi.
because no
You
one would be
know?
interested in that.
Exactly.
There's so many of us.
Exactly. But like, but there's more to me, right? There's more to you. There's more to you when it comes to like besides your label, right? What did your recording stop? Please don't tell me your recording.
No, I was calling me right now, so I don't like that. I'm not pressing anything.
No, you can just mute it.
Yeah, I pressed it.
Okay, and you can scroll up.
It's still
He'll be
recording.
fine.
It's still-
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
Oh.
I don't know. I think people should look at people for just being human. You are human.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
that's obviously the perfect thing, but it's just how we have free will. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah. Unless you educate people.
Dude.
With what?
In the text.
I'm sorry.
Like, you can educate people. That's all it takes. It's just a good education.
I mean, we could be closing up soon. It's been an hour and 20 minutes.
We will.
So
But I don't know. That's one thing that people are lacking is a really good education. And
the Common Core.
Yeah. But you know how you were talking about endgame, Kacper? That's one of my end games. I want to reach a point
Avengers?
where I can educate people.
We were talking about it in the car now before.
Were we?
Yeah, and I think that was when you, me, Z, Peter, and
I don't think I'd ever.
teaching the black community if you were to run
That was
for
one
like
yeah.
off it, yeah.
It was no, not even the black, just the minority community and the poor community, and teaching them like how to like
Be white?
Not how to be white. Wait, I just mean how to be
Yeah, how to
white.
make money.
No. I think it affects the black community a little bit more, because like they're not being given. So they're giving them benefits, right? So you have welfare, you have housing, Section 8, right? You have all these things that does benefit them. Yes, you have free cheaper housing, free housing, food stamps, stuff like that. Okay, yes, that does benefit them. But if you don't teach them how to use those benefits to their advantage, they will never get out of their, per se, hood, right? You know how their whole thing is like, I got out of the hood, right? They will never get out of the hood if they never get an education to get out of the hood.
Are the only
right?
black people you met were in Aardvark?
No. What are you talking about? No, wait.
I think that is just saying it's just the black.
No, I have
community
there's people
is
in my
just-
classes that speak about it too. Like, you know what I mean?
I know what you're talking
I
about.
literally one of my friends that I had from the school I go to. He's a Jamaican first generation, and he's like, my parents never let me get to that point. He lives in like I think Queens, and he's like they did not let me get to that point, and they taught me how to like stay where I am and get educated and like you know what I mean. So like I don't know, that's the only thing they're lacking is an education of like there's better things to do than join a gang. Like of course there's stereotyping. Not all of them do this. I know like I'm stereotyping.
Good cover.
I think it's just the in general poor communities.
Yeah, poor communities don't have enough the right education. The right education. Like, hey, like go to school, but you don't have to like do this stupid shit. Like you could go get a trade job. You could go do other shit, right? Like how to build wealth. You know what I mean? Like they don't know what that shit is.
So you're telling me right now, if we showed this clip to the poorer communities, they would understand.
No, they would hate me.
Do.
They would hate me and say I'm a white privileged male that doesn't understand their struggles. Even though I'm none of the things they say I am.
You're not
Like,
white.
No, I'm white, but besides that doesn't mean I did not go through struggles. I grew up. I think it's worse than some people. Some of them did.
There was this one girl recently. She was like saying, "Oh, I can't wait to be rich." I'm like, "You're rich." She's like, "You know what I had to go through?" I was like, "I don't think like obviously I don't know exactly everything, but I don't think you have this as like house and everything and Tesla." Like I think she also was driving Beamer at one point.
But she didn't go through that. Her parents did.
But yeah, and I was like, "You're." Like she lives by herself now or whatever, which is it's different. But it's like I don't think it's that bad of a situation if you ended up in a Tesla at age 20.
Yeah, they probably had a struggle, but like you know what I mean, like
Oh no, she I think her only struggle was just her parents are mean.
oh yeah, like I don't know, like when people the one thing I hated, there was a lot of people. I'm very like you guys I don't know. But I'm a very political person. I like talking about politics and having discussions with people.
You never know if he's being right or wrong, being true or false.
But my main thing is having discussions. I love having discussions with people. That's why I wanted to get back to this podcast and just discuss things. But like
discuss things?
No, like this.
What's
Have
discussing?
discussions. Have discussions, right? And like I don't know if you guys know. I was in a club. I was in a debate club or debate whatever it was. It was some kind of club. And everybody in that club saw me as a white privileged male, even though they knew nothing about me. They didn't know like
guy, bro.
they didn't know anything about me. They didn't know if I was like first generation, second generation, if my parents were wealthy or not. Maybe I was being raised by a single mother. They didn't know shit, but they just saw me as a white privileged male who supported the wrong ideas besides them, and that's what they used against me. And they're like, you don't understand our struggle. I come here from wherever in Flatbush, and you don't understand. I don't understand, but you don't understand my struggles either. So tell me your struggles, and we'll have a conversation about it.
How about if we don't use like personal evidence for our examples, and we use statistics and facts?
No, statistics and facts. But if someone labels you as a white privileged male, okay, you want to hear me out first, and then I'll hear you out.
But you know why?
And we'll have an educated conversation on our stories, and then we'll both be able to understand each other.
Well, there's a reason why you get labeled as that. To discredit
my label, exactly. Labels.
Discredit yourself.
Labels.
Labels. You discredit yourself. It's like calling someone a racist. Oh, so whatever they're gonna say moving forward, it's like I don't believe them because they're a racist because they're this label.
Yeah.
But that's also proving that it's not really the labels that are wrong. It's the people giving out the labels, because someone's giving you the label. Not that you created that label. Someone is giving you their own label.
Yeah, but with them doing that, it destroys that label as well.
Yeah.
Same thing about how people used to be called, like we used to call people Nazis. Like let's go like
fascist.
Like no Nazis, actually Nazis. Like 10 years ago, I feel like if you called someone a Nazi like 10 years ago, it would have way more effect than it would have now.
Well, now they call you a fascist.
Okay. Okay, and then fascist as well.
Yeah.
People don't know the meaning of that word at all.
Yeah, they just put shit around. They say
Yeah.
fashion and misogynist.
Because
Now,
like,
women start throwing up misogynist everything.
label a person with this, everything say moving forward is just bullshit.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's what it is.
I just watched a recent TikTok where a woman was on a date with a guy, and she goes, "Oh, what's your one thing that you're like?" He's like, telling the truth, right? And then she asked him, "Okay, tell me the truth. What's the first thing you notice about me?" And he says, "Are your tits fake?" And she called him misogynist for it. But you asked the question, man. And he said he tells about the truth. How's it a misogynist thing to notice your tits and ask if they're fake? It's not a misogynist thing.
How dare you think like that?
It's like, I just
This
noticed.
is why you always lie in a relationship.
I don't know if that's a good piece of advice.
What do you mean? It's always to.
Yeah, if that guy lied in that moment and said, "Oh, I thought about your face,"
Is it-
it's like it would have been a better scenario for him.
Is it really a lie if they don't know the truth?
You ain't got the answers, right?
Yeah, if they don't know what's the truth, you could lie whatever you want, you know?
Is your mic still on?
Yeah, it's just that when it goes into like the
Yeah, it gets dim.
yeah.
But I don't know. I it's still one thing I hate is people not having discussions and just labeling you and being okay. That's the end of the day.
Oh yeah, and I also hate whenever like if you disagree with someone, you won't talk to them
Oh yeah, I don't know.
because it's like people think that if you're like in this video with someone and they have an opposite opinion of you,
Yeah.
opposite opinion than you have, then you're also associated with that opinion, which in certain means you're agreeing with it,
Yeah.
which is just stupid. Like you can be in the same area or video with someone that you disagree with and not have the same opinions of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, just labeling
Like we had one comment actually. You know, someone left a comment saying about our last video where I had that illegal alien thing. When I mentioned like why are we giving money to illegal aliens, and someone left a comment like, "Oh, but police get so much money." I'm like, I never talked about police. Do you know if I agree or not with police? You're assuming I do.
It's a deflection. It's a deflection.
Yeah, exactly.
You push over somewhere
It's
else.
like I literally commented back to them like I do not agree with the fact police is getting so much money, nor do I agree that illegal aliens are getting so much money. I don't agree with any of it. All I was talking about was MTA should get more money. That's it, or not more money, but work on their infrastructure.
Budgeting.
Yeah, budgeting and infrastructure. New York City in general should work on their infrastructure.
Yeah, like everyone could take a big thing from Canada. They used to be horrible in debt, horrible, but they just basically they got this new like person. I don't know exactly, but I just know they got this person, or whatever, and they just basically reworked their budget, and they just I forgot when, but they were eventually debt free as a country. So like if we just get someone or like a
With
great
any
team,
economic sense.
yeah, and then rework the budget because it's like they could rework this budget while also keeping like the same amount of money they give to the cops and everything.
Yeah.
But also benefit everyone else. But at the same time, once they're reworking that budget, they'll probably realize maybe we shouldn't give this much money to cops.
There's people who make money from the budget we have right now that will never allow it.
Yeah.
That's like this is one. This is actually a conversation I had with my professor, philosophy professor. I stood after class to have this conversation. We were talking about taxes and like what's the correct way to like what's the correct tax?
Socialism.
Socialism, maybe socialism. Like what about it?
I get your money.
No, but like we had a conversation because I told him about it. I was the only one he said that mentioned about the Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
Andrew Yang's taxation thing, where it's like you get a check instead of welfare. You get a check. I think that's.
Oh, you're saying the universal basic income?
Yeah, I don't know if it's 100% what he was going for. Maybe he also had, but like he wanted universal basic income, and I think that gets rid of a lot of challenges, right? Because a lot of people don't want to make more income because they don't want to get their welfare taken away, their insurance taken away. It costs them more than they're actually benefiting from. So if you take away welfare and limits and you give them a check every month, they don't have to worry about losing that, right?
So are you saying that program should be just for the people who are
No, it should be for everybody.
For everyone.
It should always be equal. And I had this when I came home and I had this discussion with my mother. She's like, but why should rich get this money? Well, if you want everybody to be equal, everybody needs to receive it. Even if the rich don't need it, they still need to receive it for equality purposes, right? Or give them a tax write-off then for the same amount, right?
Let's play devil's advocate here. What if everyone gets $1,000 then? Wouldn't that $1,000 be worth less?
No.
Or as in like
It wouldn't.
because everyone okay.
Because this is how it worked. You get $1,000, and Andrew Yang's, you were a fan of Andrew Yang. He wanted to tax businesses because robotics are taking over human jobs.
They want a value-added tax to be able to pay for that, like they have in Europe.
Yeah, because robotics are taking over human jobs. But you pretty much what you do, you give people $1,000, and they're free to use it whatever they want. Unlike welfare, where welfare they restrict you from using it on specific things. You get $1,000, it goes back into the economy. The government makes money from every transaction. You buy yourself food, taxes. You buy yourself this, taxes. You're still making the money back as the government, right? But the thing is, you're pumping this money into the economy, which is not being reprinted, because you're not printing money. Inflation comes from printing money, and that's how you lose value. But you're not printing more money. You're taking money from a business, which they're making more of now.
Okay,
so they're also getting money now, right? And it creates competition because that poor person doesn't need to go to the bodega anymore to get his $3 bagel or something. Now this person could go to another place and spend $5. Now that bodega, or not even bodega, will go to a capitalist view. Person doesn't need to go to McDonald's anymore. Now McDonald's like, we lost like all our people who are buying our shit. They're going to Whole Foods now. Now we gotta hype our shit up. Now we get better food from McDonald's and Wendy's, and there's competition now. You know what I mean? It'll give more benefits.
What if we just remove the value of the dollar?
Go back to trading like goats and
like,
elephants.
Like I give you gold, you give me something.
No, it was like so there's this.
Gold was a really good value.
I like this point of view, and there's this Rick and Morty episode where, so the thing was, so basically the dinosaurs came back, but it was basically that they didn't realize they left us with like such prosperity, such like a bright future for everyone, and then the society we have nowadays came along, and then they were like, don't you want to be off? Like, don't you like not want to work? And everyone, especially with the society we have, everyone just was like wanting to themselves. Yeah. Because they had nothing to do. Yeah. That was just became because the dinosaurs came back and were like, okay, you guys have unlimited energy. What, me?
Yeah, I thought you capped it with
unlimited energy, unlimited everything. Yeah. Just prosperity. Everyone's has everything all at once. Everyone, everything. But especially in like all the America and all like the the oil princes and everything, they were like, oh, bro, we gotta kill these dinosaurs because they really ruined what we had going. No one has a purpose. Everyone was just there.
Well, could you create more purpose now?
What?
You could create more purpose now.
I mean, yeah, but it's like
people could start.
It just sucks that we wouldn't be able to just flip it like that. It would. First, I feel like there would be a point where it's like at least some type of hell if it's not handled correctly, especially like, and then it just. I feel like it'd be cool to have nothing to like no like I don't have to be required to go do this shit. I just have to like say for instance I'm required to learn at a certain age and then I can do whatever I want because everything is fine. But then you can't do that, and no one. I don't think that will ever be a situation in our lifetime, at least. Yeah. So, but it was a cool point of view to have on, just like we have the only like purpose we have is to make more money. Yeah. And that's what keeps us going. But once we remove that purpose, once we don't need a job,
that's why you have to make yourself purpose.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Again, not everyone wants to be in a rat race for money. Some people want to have like passion.
I know, but you okay?
That's so funny. It's so funny how it goes full circle.
Okay, I'm not in the rat race for money because I want money.
He's just hustling. He's a grinder.
No. I don't.
Straight
okay. The reason I'm trying to make money is I don't have to.
So he could help Ukraine.
No, wait, okay. Okay. If you're talking about like the sweaters and shit I sell, okay, yeah. Maybe like in your view, I'm not helping Ukraine in a big amount.
Oh no, I just find it funny.
But I've donated almost about $50 to Ukraine for someone who
Nice.
Oh, I thought it was like that's something. Like I mean, $50 is $50. But
can I ask
what?
How much did you donate to your own bank account?
Actually, nothing.
Oh, really?
I haven't made any profits from it. I'm at a loss at the moment. Because I'm putting ads out. I'm making new designs. I'm getting a new design in this week, which I want to put out.
Nice, bro.
But yeah.
Does it have Supreme?
And I put a sale out. I actually made
will it go up on StockX?
I actually made a sale for one of my things, and just to promote the actual company more, and all the profits I made from it are going to Ukraine. I'm not taking any of it.
Nice.
But
nice.
no, but like, I think like people need to make themselves purpose, right? Like everybody needs to make themselves a purpose. If you like, the reason I'm grinding for money is because then I have financial freedom to make myself a purpose, to do better things for other people, right? Like the education thing, like going again back to educate people, to work on technologies, right? The reason Elon Musk is able to do all this shit is because he has financial freedom, right? He made good investments. He made good choices. He has good finances.
That PayPal purchase was really
to where he could go and build a reasonable rocket, right? To where he could build electric cars, which I don't agree with fully, but he could build electric cars and do all this shit, right? And
to where you can buy a social media platform and be able to ship out all the
change it,
Where he could create a whole market where someone would see a car and just take a selfie with it because it's the car.
Yes, dude.
Well, like, what I mean? That's what I'm trying to strive for. When you say I'm going through the rat race for money, I'm not going to be rat racing for money my whole life. Once I reach a point to where the money can make me money, I'll have someone manage that for me.
Yeah.
Let them do the work for me. I'm going to focus on other things.
You pay people to do things that you don't want to do.
Exactly. I'm going to focus on other things. I want to do other things. You know what I mean? Like the things I'm working on around, like the farming.
I don't want to do
anything. So.
I want to become very portable.
Portable? So you're going to live in a bed?
He's gonna
No,
he wants to cut off all his limbs so he could fit in a suitcase.
Yeah, portable, exactly. Fully portable.
So you could be in a carry-on. That's really it.
What do you mean portable though?
Like PlayStation portable, like PSP.
Yeah, actually, kind of like that. You have a bag specifically said like you have all the items that you need to travel to get out of your house or anything. Just to go, just to keep moving. You have a very small compact PC to be able to take from point A to point B.
XQC does.
Yeah. XQC, you should know, he has like a set Amazon list that whenever he moves to a different apartment, he buys everything in there. It's just like set.
I saw the video.
Something like that.
I think you should do van life then.
I wouldn't be good for van life. I don't know.
Really? You like the outdoors? You like camping?
I know.
I think you'd be perfect for it. I would love to do that.
Joe really wants to do that.
Oh, I would love to do that too.
I wouldn't mind doing a van trip, I guess. Doing like
van
visiting
life,
some
they don't do it
states.
for the whole life.
Yeah, exactly. I would not want to be that for my life.
Like I know two van lifers I watched when I used to watch during COVID. They've settled down now.
I would do a van life if I don't have to work.
Well, you have to still finance yourself somehow.
Well, if I do the rat race and I get enough money out of it.
Yeah. At that point, yeah.
He escapes the Matrix.
Yeah.
But you see,
You
Tom,
could escape the Matrix.
Tom, you make fun of it, but escaping the Matrix is just
A mindset.
financial freedom.
Yeah, I know.
That's
but
all
it
it
just
is.
sounds funny.
I know,
It
because
sounds
Andrew
fucking
Tate
stupid.
put it
Because it's
that
a
way.
label, bro. Labels.
I just find the whole like Matrix comparisons funny. Like like the red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't care about saying it. It's just hilarious.
Well, like, it's just
insults.
becoming financially free to where you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
And then you could scam other people.
Yeah, my bladder wants to become financially free in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once we end the podcast, you can go become financially free with your bladder.
I need to become financially free.
We're almost done, buddy. Like, I don't know.
I don't want to take this off.
What?
I mean, I could go to the bathroom with it.
Just give us a second, man. We're
Yeah,
almost done. Chill out.
Yeah, chill out, bro.
Okay.
Nah, but like, I don't know. I think that's what people should strive for. Going back to the whole thing, the kids, the financial freedom, the education, taxes. Like, people need to stop. Of course, we'll never get this because everybody's gonna have greed. Everybody's gonna be jealous of each other, right? But like, people who don't have that or have not developed that yet should focus on themselves and focus on what they can give back, right? Like with the farming thing that I'm doing, right? Literally, when my parents asked me like, "Why are you doing this?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. If I have extra," they're like, "What happens with the extra stuff you grow?" I'll give it to the people in the building. I don't need it, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I was gonna ask. What farming? I just saw.
I'll show you after this.
Because I just see that. I'm like,
No, not that. That's
for people.
That's to wash the car on my bike.
okay,
That's not
because
it.
I was
I'll show you.
he growing in
It's
here?
still in production, huh?
What's your bike with that?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's a pump. You pump it up and it's like a pressure washer. But yeah, and then I use muck off, but don't use that on your car. But it's for bikes. But no, yeah, I don't know. That's just like people should find things they could do and give back. Right? You want to give back always. You want to provide something to life, even if it's a minimal thing. Like you don't have to be in the history books.
Like, what has life provided for me?
Life.
But, like,
Yeah,
it's not
life
that
just
fun.
leached off him, bro.
Yeah, it's not that fun.
I mean, Like, look, you could start helping people. Like, say you go, you get your job, you make people. Listen, you get a job, you make $100K, and you live in like a apartment building, and someone comes and knocks on your door and says, "Hey, can you like repair this for me?" You wouldn't do it for free.
Well, it obviously depends.
I'll help you out.
Oh yeah,
And that's giving back. You're giving back.
Yeah.
Kacper helping the elderly people he walks dogs for. That's giving back, right? He's not.
Yeah, that's giving back for a certain price.
No. You don't take money from all of them.
Not all of them.
You help out some of the.
Sometimes they just call me and I go help them out in their house or something.
He's giving
Yeah,
back.
like-
Even if it's a minimal thing.
But I guess I am getting something back. I'm not like doing it to get something back, but I am getting
But
something
that's their
back.
choice.
That's their choice. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting a connection between
Yeah.
them and like a little trust, I guess.
So like,
But I'm not. My intention isn't like to make something out of it.
exactly.
Right?
But see, that's a purpose right there, right? Maybe you might not see that as like I didn't help global warming. I didn't save the people hungry and thirsty in
helped
Africa.
global warming become better. It's the better global warming.
Right?
It will
Like-
kill more people.
I spray the cans.
You know what I mean? Like you didn't do, but at a minimal level, you did something, right? You helped old people. You made them smile. You did all this stuff. You help. I mean, like, you helping people and like.
Yeah,
like,
I help a lot of people.
No, you helped me with my computer, right?
Yeah.
You helped other people with their computers, right?
You told me what my problem is with my
Exactly.
Yeah, I
like-
told you to go buy a computer.
Like it's a minimal thing maybe in your eyes, but it's something, right? I mean, you're doing something,
Yeah.
right? So that's what people should strive for. The little thing goals, and then you go on and on from there, right?
Yeah.
Like-
Eventually, you get a piece of rope and you're alone in an apartment.
Yeah, and eventually you make it to the bathroom where you can use the restroom.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna end it there. It's
Yeah.
actually a long podcast. I didn't expect
That's
us
the
to go
longest
this
one I
far.
think so far.
We didn't really have any topics. We didn't go into the main topics we talked about.
Because we're fucking people.
Yeah, but just remember, always focus on yourself and try and help out other people around you as much as you can.
When you're focusing on yourself, the barrel points towards you.
Remember, pee inside the bowl of the toilet, not
Exactly.
around it.
Pee in the pool.
Yeah,
But
and throw up in a sink.
that was
Sink in the cum.
okay. That was episode 4 of the mistakes. It was a pretty good episode. And as I watched a YouTube video about this, be sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video. And if you're watching on Spotify, be sure to favorite this podcast and share it to all your friends. Because apparently that's what the YouTube video said to do. I watched a YouTube video. They
And
said,
hit the bell.
yeah, and hit the bell for the notification. That's what a YouTube video said. You gotta do.
Boo.
You have to ask people to subscribe.
Boo.
But besides jokes
Hit the
aside,
bell.
thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. We're about to hit 50 subscribers actually. Maybe 100 by the end of this month.
Boo.
Probably not. Probably beginning of March we'll hit 100.
Only fans at 1,000?
No. But yeah, thank you.
10,000.
Thank you so much for watching. Just
100,000.
if you guys want to listen to this podcast and not view it, we have a Spotify, we have a TikTok, we have Apple Podcasts, and that's pretty much it. You guys have any last words?
Use the bathroom.
Okay. Well, I'm Dennis. This is Kacper and Tom, and this is the Mistakes Podcast. And we'll see you guys next time.
Ciao.